At 11, doctors said he was too small to become a football star. His family struggled to pay for treatment. But he kept playing, kept believing, and eventually won the World Cup. That boy became Lionel Messi. Messi's impossible journey. Ronaldo. He grew up with almost nothing. He shared a small room with his family and dreamed of football. He trained harder than everyone else. Years later, he became one of the most famous athletes on earth. That's Cristiano Ronaldo.
This player worked in a factory. He was rejected by professional clubs and worked in a factory. Most people thought his dream was over. Then he reached the top league and won the title. That's Jamie Vardy. Most teenagers are finishing school. He was dominating defenders on the biggest stages. Soon he became a World Cup winner and global superstar. That's Kylian Mbappé. A poor kid with a football. He grew up in a modest neighborhood and spent every day playing football. His skills amazed everyone. Years later, he became one of the biggest stars in the game. That's Neymar. He traveled hours just to. As a teenager, he spent hours traveling every day for football practice. The sacrifice paid off. He became one of Africa's greatest footballers. That's Mohamed Salah. War couldn't stop his dream. He grew up during a war and faced enormous hardship. Football became his escape. Years later, he won the biggest individual awards in the sport. That's Luka Modric. This goal machine wasn't always famous. He spent years developing his speed and finishing. Then goals started coming faster than anyone expected. Today, he's one of football's deadliest strikers. That's Erling Haaland. His village had almost nothing. He grew up in a small village with limited resources. But he never stopped believing. He became a global football star and helped his community. That's Sadio Mane. Ronaldinho. He played football with a smile. His creativity made football look easy. Fans everywhere loved watching him play. He became one of the most entertaining players ever. That's Ronaldinho. Subscribe to channel. He grew up in one of the toughest neighborhoods. Raised in a rough area with very little money, he was told he'd never succeed. Instead, he became one of football's most feared strikers. That's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. At 21, nobody knew his name. Most stars are discovered young, but at 21, he was still unknown. Years later, he became a football legend and a national hero. That's Didier Drogba. A poor kid with a football. He grew up in a modest neighborhood and spent every day playing football. His skills amazed everyone. Years later, he became one of the biggest stars in the game. That's Neymar.